Here I've got a brief list of some of the new features in InDesign CS5. It is certainly not a conclusive list of features. There are a lot more, some of them reasonably big, some of them tiny. However, I'd like to give a thanks for some of the simple things that Adobe has done to really make your life easier. For example, now when you go into a dialog box and you hit the preview button and check it to stay on, it stays on. So when you open InDesign the next time, you're not going through every dialog box and turning on preview again. That is a simple thing, but it's a great time saver. We've also got a simple feature like background operations. So when you export to PDF, you're not sitting looking at a dialog box as it's exporting it. We have a little bar up here that tells you the background task is going on. There you can actually see the little fly out there, even though there's nothing there at the moment. And that is another simple thing, and there's lots of those, which I'll point out as we go along. We have Mini Bridge, that is Bridge, which is now a panel in InDesign, and you can just simply drag your images out onto the page. Not only can you drag them out, you can just resize them easily like that. You can crop within it very easily, and you can change the corners. Let me undo that till we get back. Simply by clicking on it, we've got live corners. We can round them like this. That, or alternatively hold on the shift and do them one at a time. So this and the simplified object editing that we have here really does make life a lot easier. Let me just delete that. We have span and split paragraphs. We looked at that in the beginner course, and that really makes long documents easy. If you're adding bullets in the middle of a paragraph or having a header span across columns. Gridify lets you take a number of images. I don't want that many. I'll just take a couple here, and you can just drag them onto the page like this, and with a simple tap of an arrow on the keyboard, you can just place them all at the same time. I'll delete that. Swatches on Control Panel. This is something that's new. And again, it just speeds up everything rather than having to go over to this panel every time. Presentation mode, I used that in the last two movies, where we can just go into a presentation mode like that directly from InDesign and go back and forward through our pages. Now, I covered all those in the beginner course, so while you may see them here, if you do need to know what they are, go ahead and check that out. Here's what we're going to cover in the advanced course. We'll look at InDesign's new capability of being able to create multiple page sizes within the same document. So if you need to create a spine, you can do that and mix it in with the full-size pages, or perhaps you could create a presentation of letterhead, business card, and envelope all in the same document, but with the correct page size. You can do that now. We'll look at layers. Layers is changed so that every object has its own effective layer like that, and you can select it simply by clicking on the button there. We'll look at track changes. That's if you're working in groups and somebody makes changes, they don't have to take effect. You can have everybody have their own color for their change, and then you can decide whether to reject or accept those changes to your text. Live captions, simply by clicking, you can add a caption to a photograph and have it automatically formatted with an existing style. And then at the end, we get into the interactive features. This is the big thing with InDesign CS5, and there's interactive PDF features and interactive Flash features, and we'll be looking at both of those. As I said, this list is by no means exhaustive. There are lots of features here, and we'll be pointing them out as we go through, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.